It is Poe. We are at the studios of the Awesome AM. We got another project in the community. Mission, Mississippi is taking a group to the Civil Rights Museum in Jackson. And I have been saying all week, last week, that I was going to contact the Reverend Peter Gray and basically see where we are with this trip, because they announced about a week or so ago. It was actually in and I've got the newspaper right before me, the 11th of April newspaper. It was the Thursday edition of the Greenwood Commonwealth newspaper, where they announced that they have seats on this bus going to the Civil Rights Museum in Jackson, and that museum has been lauded for its numerous detailed and expansive exhibits concerning the state's history in the struggle for civil rights. And Mission, Mississippi, and the Church of Nativity, and Gail Goldberg of Mission, Mississippi, she's a member, they've gotten together and they want to take a trip to Jackson for this museum viewing. There is a lunch that's free. The bus is free. Admission to the museum is free. Everything is free. So I'm thinking they should be full by now. Folks, this is the kind of thing you want to get behind. It makes our community better. It makes the region. It makes the state better. This is one of those projects where if that bus is not full, it should be. So I'm going to call the Reverend Peter Gray at the Church of Nativity now. The number is printed in the Greenwood Commonwealth newspaper, so this is the number to call, 453-7786, 453-7786 for Reverend Gray. 453-7786 is the number to call. Okay.
This is Peter.
Reverend Peter Gray, good morning.
Good morning.
This is James Poe from WABG Radio.
Yes, sir.
Can you please tell me about the bus ride to the Civil Rights Museum in Jackson on the 27th?
Certainly. Mission, Mississippi is sponsoring a group of folks to head down from Greenwood and take in the new Civil Rights Museum, and to do it with a broad cross-section of the community. So we're not just going by ourselves, we're not just going with our families or our churches, but we're bringing folks from across the community down there to experience it together, and then to share conversation on the bus on the way down and on the way back.
What is actually the purpose of the trip?
Well, the purpose of Mission, Mississippi is to build relationships across racial lines and across church lines, and so we're doing that at the same time that we're also learning about the history of our state and the history of people coming together to make our state better.
And I understand that it is sponsored by a member of Mission, Mississippi, and it is free. And give me the details of the meeting place and everything.
Sure. Well, we're able to do this trip because of the generosity of Gail Goldberg, who's been a member of Mission, Mississippi from basically the beginning. She held a special event last spring where she took up a collection for Mission, Mississippi, and so those funds are being used for this trip. We are meeting at 8 o'clock in the morning on Saturday, April the 27th. We're meeting at the Church of the Nativity in the back parking lot, which is off of Fulton Street in downtown Greenwood. We'll leave shortly thereafter. We'll head down to Jackson. We'll take in the exhibit. We'll grab a meal, and then we'll be back in Greenwood hopefully by the mid-afternoon around 3 o'clock.
Reverend Peter Gray, Church of Nativity. I understand that the bus ride is free. There's a free meal and free admission to the museum.
That's right. The entire thing is free. All that we need is for folks to call and reserve their spot so that we don't overbook ourselves.
Okay, and that number?
That number is 453-7786.
Okay, Reverend Peter Gray, Church of Nativity. Free bus ride, a meal, and admission to the Civil Rights Museum in Jackson, Mississippi.
That's right.
Anything you want to say to the listeners around the Mississippi Delta, Reverend?
I would say keep doing the good work you're doing, building relationships across this great community, and we'd love to have you as a part of our trip. I think we have 12 spots left, so they are going fast.
Reserve a seat for James Poe.
All right, you got it.
I sure appreciate it, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.